All right, Happy Enders, we got through another week. We actually kind of have some new sponsors, so that's fun. We have Thick and Tasty Pizza. They are awesome, and they actually sent us a pizza for this episode, so that was super cool. And they are somewhere in Hollywood, and I'm going to get their address for you if my phone will work. So yeah, Thick and Tasty Pizza. You can go to thickandtasty.com, and they are at 444 North La Cienega Boulevard in Los Angeles, California, 90048. So shout out to them. That was super awesome. Thank you. And it was delicious. And then also Care by Design and Absolute Extracts. They provided me with CBD lotion that I was able to use on the comics if I would have remembered it, but I left it in my car, so I didn't use it. But shout out to them. They were super awesome, and they're going to start providing us with product like CBD lotion to use on the comics, so that is amazing. So thank you, Thick and Tasty, which for a long time I thought it was Thick and Nasty. So but the pizza was delicious. I just have a really dirty mind. And Absolute Extracts and Care by Design, and you can find them on Instagram, Twitter, and they all have their websites and everything. Then we do have Blue Apron. It hasn't been fixed yet, so blueapron.com/happyendings isn't working. There is a code that you can go on, or a website, and I can put the link in the description. And Blue Apron gives you 30% off your first box, and they go grocery shopping for you, and all you have to do is cook it and eat it and process it and make it a bowel movement. And you can do that because I have faith in you. So blueapron.com, and then I'll put that link in the description if I remember, which I probably won't because I didn't do it last week. Famous Smoke Shop. Famous Smoke Shop is where you can get your cigars and all your cigar type paraphernalia. And like I said, I don't smoke cigars, but maybe you know someone who does, or maybe you want to take it up. I don't know. Maybe you want to look like the Monopoly Man or something and put a big old cigar in your mouth. And if you want to, you can use promo code HOT20, which is HOT20, and get $20 off your purchase of $145 or more, or HOT10, which is HOT10, $10 off purchase of $85 or more. Handy App. Handy App is an awesome app that you can use basically for anything. It's a one-stop app where if you need somebody to clean your pool, clean your house, help with general maintenance, summer's coming, maybe you need to put a new ceiling fan up in your bedroom because the one that you have now doesn't turn off when you turn on the light and the fan is constantly going. You never know. A little bit of that. So if you go to Handy App and you use promo code APPSAVE30, which is APPSAVE30, you get 30% off your first booking. Shoe Dazzle. Shoes are dazzling, and Shoe Dazzle is fucking cool because you take a quiz and they send it to you. So you can actually get shoes all at once. So you could go shopping for shoes and have shoes being sent to you at the same time. So it's like double the fucking shoes. And shoedazzle.com, if you use promo code HAPPYSHOES, which is HAPPYSHOES, you get $10 for your first box. So that's friggin' awesome. Dollar Days. Dollar Days is a huge bulk website. And what you do is you can get like shampoo, conditioner, clothing, seasonal items. It's just a really awesome website, and they gave us 2 promo codes. So if you use Happy Endings 20, which is HAPPYENDINGS20, you get $20 off your purchase of $200 or more, or Happy Ending Ship, which is HAPPYENDINGSSHIP, you get a flat rate shipping of $9.95. And if you guys could subscribe, make any comments, especially on iTunes, because iTunes is where we're going to start getting more of our sponsors, and iTunes is where we actually will top charts and they will start noticing us. So if you could subscribe, comment, that would be super awesome. But also SoundCloud, YouTube. I put all the videos up on YouTube so you can actually physically watch me massage all of these people. Anything like that, you can also get in touch with us at joyshappyendings@gmail.com. We are looking for sponsors, lotion, anything like that. This episode, I actually forgot to introduce him. So this is Amir K. He is on Instagram at Amir Comedy, AMIRCOMEDY. And it was a super awesome interview, and enjoy. As I thought it was going to be.
Did you just do Al?
Yeah.
All right, now.
He called you his lifesaver. Why is this?
Dude, he came and lived with me for a while.
That's what he said.
And it's so funny because I talked to him in Texas, but I didn't think he was going to do it. And then he just came. I'm like, hell yeah, dude.
Surprise!
He just like showed up. I'm like, come on, you're gonna crash with me.
All right, there. Now we can get started.
Let's do it.
Mom? Oh yeah, you need that.
I do.
Here's my cell phone.
Thank you.
Take that.
Take that, I say.
Normally this is way... No, it's not. I was going to say it's way more, but yeah, it's not as organized. Get undressed, get under the sheets. Ooh, you're in for a treat. No, I promise this is not a dream. It's just a happy ending with Joy Eileen. Yeah. All right. Have you ever had a massage before?
I have. Mainly Thai ones.
Oh, where they walk on you?
Yeah, sometimes. But you never know, like how much they know what they're doing.
Right. Have you ever had one where you're like, this lady has no idea what she's doing?
100%. I think because like they were short-staffed, and then so they're just like, fuck it, we want to make money, so they just sent whatever lady was working the front. You don't know. It's just she was just like fucking like rubbing her hands, just around in circles.
Aww.
I was like, all right.
What's the best one you've ever had?
The best one I ever had. Dude, there's one place on Hollywood.
Okay.
I forget the name of it even. But it's like right there in Thai Town. Like that little shopping center where all the Thai restaurants are.
Uh-huh.
And it's in the back of that place. I think it's called like Classic Thai or some shit. And there's everyone there has been really good every time I go there, so I kind of stay going there.
So you're like a connoisseur, huh?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, they're not like this, like super pro and shit, but for fucking $40 an hour,
Yeah.
it's pretty legitimate.
I'm making more than I make, damn.
What do you make an hour? I'm starting to come to you. Fuck that.
Well, the chiropractor makes a shit ton. I don't. So the chiropractor, if it's just cash, it's $65, and then I get $25.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Dude, I'll pay you $40 all day.
Right? And then 12 years, no raise.
That's crazy.
I keep saying I have to edit that out, and I don't, but they're never going to listen. They don't care about me. I've only been loyal to them for 12 years. That's all.
So you've been working with the same chiropractor for 12 years?
Yeah, I'm a nester. So, like, once I find a place, I nest, and I'm like, I'm staying here forever. Yeah. I also didn't think I was going to start doing comedy or anything that I'm doing now. I was like, oh, I'm just going to be like a regular person. And then I was like, yeah, it's not going to happen.
So how soon into that did you figure out you're not going to be a regular person?
I don't know. Pretty soon, I think, but I didn't. See, when I first started doing massage, we were fighting for custody of my oldest son because my husband's ex is fucking crazy. And so all of our effort was in the divorce and the custody battle. So finally, when we got custody of him, that's when I was like, hey, I think I'm going to try some other things now. And he's like, okay. And that's, when I wrote a book, and that's when I started comedy. So, yeah, we had to get our ducks in a row first. And
that was the life-changing thing, though.
Uh-huh. And as soon as she, disappeared, you have this weight lifted off of you. Because I don't know if you've ever had a psychotic person in your life, but they suck everything out of you. Like, it was so much drama. And then, we were drama-free, and I was like, wait, what do we do now? Do we just sit and not do anything?
So, are you doing comedy, every night now?
No. I live in Santa Clarita, so it's like a 45-hour-minute drive to get here.
By Magic Mountain?
Yeah. So, I was supposed to do it last night, but I fell asleep because that time change fucked me hard. So I'm going to go tonight. So I only get up, maybe twice a week.
Are you serious? You got to get up more than that.
I know. I've got to quit my job.
Well, I mean, your job's in the daytime, though, so it shouldn't fuck with the nighttime hustle.
It's not. Well, I do a lot of night massages. So I'm the night girl. So, I end at, 8 o'clock at night is normally my last massage. Mm-hmm. And then I also work at the Comedy Store. So, yeah.
So at least do you get up in the potluck and shit, or no?
Not really, because I work in the kitchen, so I'm the family nobody talks about.
That's hilarious.
So I'm trying, I'm working harder on it. And, it's just, the massage takes a lot out of me, too.
EmmaLeigh, how long have you been at the store now?
Going almost a year.
Almost a year. But you get up quite a bit, right there?
I get up some. They've been pretty nice to me. Mostly bookers.
Oh, yeah, that's the best way to do it when you're there.
Yeah.
is to like get in with them and just because those are good shows that they put on, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's always people there.
So that's me. I don't know, pretending. So okay, so what do you do to relax?
This type of stuff.
Okay, so this like, are you a yoga person?
You know what's funny is like my brain is so fucking cluttered all the time, so it's like hard. You know, I just have like crazy ADD, and my mind feels like a rat nest a lot of the time. So I don't know. I try to like consciously make an effort to like slow down, you know, and just like chill for a little bit. But that's pretty hard to do.
Do you have a hard time falling asleep?
Sometimes, yeah. I just think about random shit for no reason, you know.
Oh, I think about everything.
Just have worries for nothing. Yeah. That too.
I shouldn't. Like, I'm going to go over this podcast at least 4 times and been like, "Oh, you shouldn't have said that," or "That was dumb, Joy." Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Times.
It's so weird. I think a lot of comedians are like that too, just in our head all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, but I mean, it like makes you good at what you are, but also it's like detrimental to your life, you know.
Yes.
It's like fucking so hard to always overthink everything.
Yeah, because my husband, he can get into bed and seriously, his head hits the pillow and he's out.
Yeah,
like,
you just
you not make any mistakes today? Do you not have to go over your day and what you're going to do tomorrow?
Right.
You lived the 3rd grade and that stupid thing you said?
That's exactly it. All the time. Hey, remember when you did that? No, I don't want to, but I guess I'm going to.
You like deconstruct it and you're like, and that's why the nuns hated you.
No nuns for me, thank God.
So yeah, that's it. I mean, I think it's important to do that though, because sometimes when you're like so busy doing what you're trying to like follow a dream or, you know, chase a passion or some shit, it's like you forget to just like enjoy your life at the same time, you know?
Right. Now, is comedy
it's
a
like,
dream for you?
Absolutely, yeah. Like I get to do, you know, everything I wanted.
Right.
Like when I started, you know.
And when did you start?
I get to tour. February this year actually was 10 years.
Damn.
So, I mean, you say damn, but that's like a baby still in the game,
know.
you know? It's like there's 20, 30-year guys.
But you look
doing
so
that.
tiny. How old are you? Am I allowed to ask that?
I'm 37.
Okay,
Yeah.
same age. All right.
Yeah, so I started a little later in life, you know? Like, relative to everybody else, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm glad I did, because I had a little more life experience to pull from and shit.
Right.
And then a little more comfortable with yourself, you know, on stage. And
No. I was with you. until that.
Well, I mean, I don't know about on stage. That just takes practice. I mean, if you're doing it twice a week, it's going to take you a while to get there, you know?
Right.
So I'm just saying, like, with myself, and then that translates. If you keep getting up, you'll get there faster. The learning curve is a little faster.
Right. That's what Eleanor was telling me.
Yeah, then if you're like 18 and starting, you know?
Uh-huh.
And plus, like, you have some other shit to talk about.
Right.
Like, guys that are like 18, all they talk about is, like, you know, like shit they know. They're like, well, I was whacking off and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like, you don't have much other shit to talk about.
That's true. You got Tinder and Uber.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like all open mics are, is Tinder and Uber. I'm like, I've never taken an Uber.
Did you tell people we have a live studio audience? Frida's here listening.
Oh, I didn't. Hi.
Hi.
Cassandra's in Texas. She ditched us because she's all cool. And then we have Freda. Freda. Her friend, who is letting us into the apartment and making sure we don't touch anything or hurt anything. I'm just kidding.
Take the shoes.
Or take the shoes.
Yeah, I thought this was all your shit. I'm like, damn. You gotta make clothes?
I have 3 boys. It is not my life.
That's great.
My life is football and Magic at the Gathering and YouTube.
Frida, do you try any of this shit on while she's gone?
No. That's breaking trust, but she lets me try things if I want to, but, you know, she's so beautiful, so it doesn't...
You're beautiful. Wait, do you guys have the same shoe size?
No.
We do. Cassandra and I are soulmates. We have the same shoe size.
So I need to watch you with the shoes?
Yes.
Yeah, be careful. She's
Very
gonna take
bad.
all
Because I'm a
this.
hawk, you know? That's my BFF.
No, she's amazing. You're amazing too. I'm glad. She's here. We have her until the 30th?
31st.
31st.
Then I get kicked out again.
So what are you doing out here?
I'm a little bit of everything. I'm an actress.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
We're trying to get her here permanently.
Yes.
So I think I'm going to have to divorce John and marry her.
Just for some paperwork.
Just do some paperwork.
That's cool.
Just get you in. We'll
Unless anybody else here is available.
I don't know who you're talking about.
That was smooth.
Yeah, it was. Frida, we got to hang out a couple times before we make that move, you know?
Just till we get her green card. That's all. We got to get her here.
Yeah.
And if true love happens, then that's okay.
I love it. I love it. It's already happening. I feel it.
Should I leave?
Yeah, as long as Joy's rubbing my back and we're talking, maybe she can come on our first date and just sit behind us.
I've done that. Done that a couple times.
No way.
Yes. Because I'm the comedic relief. I'm the fat, weird friend in all the movies. So I'm like, they're like, oh, Joy, come, because you'll just make us laugh and it'll be more comfortable. And I'm like, I'm the awkward one, but okay. And then, yeah, I've done that a couple times for my cousins. Aww. When I used to have family.
Where's your family from?
We're from Madera, Fresno.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do you know they have comedy in Fresno?
Oh, yeah, dude. One of my best friends, actually, Dino Arch, he's from there. And he started kind of, he started out here, but he would go back there and we'd go and do shows all the time out there.
Yeah, I had no idea.
And his uncle is like old school comedian, this guy. Fuck, what the fuck? I'm spacing on his name.
Because I'm doing a good job.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, Dino's uncle was like old school comedian, but he does a bunch of shows out there, and he even had like a competition or some shit.
Yeah,
so he'd go out there.
Joe Dosh, he was like, I'm going to Fresno to play in DeChico's, which, by the way, has the best calzone in Fresno. And I was like, wait, there's comedy in Fresno?
There is. There's a place called Thai Palms. I don't know if you know the place.
No.
It's a Thai restaurant. This dude, Aaron Stewart, used to have a show there, and that was like one of the first like road gigs most comics would do.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was like the first place you'd go, and they pay you a few $100 to drive out there and do it. You know, you'd be excited to go. You get some like shitty Motel 6.
Well, I have my shitty parent. Well, that came out wrong. I was I have my shitty parents' house, but they're not shitty. They're just, yeah, like my parents would watch. I'm like, I would have a free babysitter. Like, I could just go, leave the kids with my parents, and then fucking, yeah, because somebody was like, yeah, you can have, there's like Tulare and Visalia and
yeah, I've done shows all in those areas.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I did a show with Paul Rodriguez one time in Visalia at some like VA fucking, like, I don't know, it was like a little like a meeting center or some shit they have there for all these like agricultural people and then like veterans. It was pretty weird.
My 10-year reunion was at the Elks Lodge. Like...
That's what's up. I feel like that's what's out there.
Yeah, that's all that's out there. They did not get me in high school. I was the weird kid in high school. And then I got boobs, and then it didn't matter anymore because I had those.
And then you were the weird girl with big boobs.
That's exactly what it was.
That's awesome.
Because my junior year, I went from an A cup to a double D.
Uh-huh.
And so everybody's like, Joy got a boob job. And I'm like, dude, have you met my parents? Like, they won't even buy me a new backpack. Like, they're not going to buy me boobs. But, yeah, that opened a lot of doors in my legs a lot when I got those. I was like, oh, this is what popularity feels like?
That's
Okay.
hilarious.
So, yeah. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in the city of Orange, like in Orange County.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I was like a Cali guy. I mean, you know, it's like so rare that people are from here or whatever.
Yes.
So I grew up down there, so I just, I came up here to go to school, went to UCLA for a little bit, and then after that went and did some real estate shit, and then when the market tanked, I just jumped into comedy.
The market tanking was awful because I used to do all these private massages.
Oh yeah, but people had money for that, right?
So
and then like
much money.
everything dried up when that shit hit.
I was
hit
the first person they cut out.
Yeah, because you were a total luxury, you know?
It was awesome. I had this one lady. I would come to her house. She would cook me dinner. We would eat dinner, and then I would massage her, and then I had this detox machine, and I would detox her, and then she would go to bed.
I think you guys were dating.
No, her husband was there.
Sounds...
Her husband was there.
Oh, so it was a cut position.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she would go to bed, and she'd be like, don't forget your leftovers, and like I would lock up her house, take my leftovers, and leave. And then, yeah, the market crashed, and I'm like, but dinner! Like... You were my dinner.
Oh my god.
What did you study? That's cool.
I studied history and political science to like fake that I was going to law school. You know? And
are you an arguer? Are you a debater?
I mean, I don't know. I guess you could say that. I didn't really give a shit about it. I was just doing it to, make my parents happy or some shit. Whatever lie I told myself,
Mm-hmm. We've all told them.
Yeah, and then after that, like everybody was making money doing the real estate stuff. So I jumped into that just to like say I was gonna make some money to go to law school. But I fucking hated it. So when the market tanked, I just said, "This is the time to do it. I'll just start comedy." And then I kind of never stopped.
You always knew you wanted to do comedy?
Yeah, ever since I was a kid, I knew I was going to end up doing something like that. I just didn't know how it worked, We were like foreigners,
Everybody is, though.
I didn't know how this shit worked.
No.
Unless somebody, like, grows up
Yeah, like you're in the business and your parents are in it or something. You just don't know. Like, you think it's for somebody else,
Yes.
Like, you think it's for other people. So, especially for, like, somebody that moved here from another country.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, like, it was never attainable or some shit.
Yeah, because I always thought, like, every time I had access to a microphone, even at funerals.
That's crazy. Go, hey, guys, I'm going to do a fucking Tide 5.
My dad, like, the first time I did it, I think I was 10. No, I know I was 10, because I remember the funeral. And they're like, anybody who wants to come up and say a few words. And I was like, wait, you get to talk in that thing?
Oh, shit, you're like, this is dope. I love when people die.
So that's like the only time I had a chance to get the microphone. So I didn't even think, like, stand-up was a possibility. So I was like, okay, I'm going to grow up. I'm going to become a physical therapist because, I was really good at biology.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, yeah, like, you don't have those crazy dreams. But I was also the kid, like, I decided I was going to speak at my high school graduation. And I went up to the principal and I'm like, hey, I want to do a speech. And he's like, who the fuck are you?
That's so funny. Like, nobody asked you?
No, I just walked
like,
up
I want
there.
to speak.
And he's like, well, I can't just give you time. Go home and write a speech. So
you're like, you're just like every other booker.
You're right. Do I have to give you a hand job too? So I went home, I wrote a speech, I gave it to him, and he gave me 3 minutes before the principal, or before the president of the class, and like, he was pissed.
The president was?
Yeah.
So wait, what did you talk about?
I graduated 1999.
So did I.
So I was like, that was during El Nino, so I was like, we're going to be the class that changes everything. It's just regular da-da-da-da-da stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I, cracked a few jokes, and I was like, like thousands of people. Like, I did it in front of a huge stadium. And I'm like, this is cool. But then I never thought I could do it again. And then John and I started going to the Comedy Store, and I'm like, how do you get up there?
Right.
And for my 32nd birthday, I was like, I want to do an open mic. And that's when, like, $5 for 5 minutes at the Ha Ha Cafe.
That's where I started, yeah.
Yeah, so...
That's cool. And then you just got into it and you just never stopped?
No, I stopped. As soon as I did it, I didn't do it again for 2 years. Because I was like, do you just pay $5 for 5 minutes? Like,
no, I made a deal with the owner, so I just worked there for free so I wouldn't have to pay.
Right.
So it's kind of like a shitty hustle, but whatever. It was just a way to get up,
Right.
Because I was like, I have to get on every night.
And then, I went, and there was nobody there. The guy's like, this is the deadest night we've ever had.
All right.
And it was just like, I didn't get that thrill. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So we stopped going, and then we just kept going to the Comedy Store, and every time we were at the Comedy Store, I was like, I'm going to fucking get up there, I want to get up there. And then one of my friends, Derek Mears, who actually just got booked for Swamp Thing, he's Swamp Thing, and I'm super, super proud of him. He's in North Carolina filming that shit right now.
He is the creature?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's
I'm so
pretty
proud
cool.
of him. He was Jason in the last Friday the 13th.
Why is he all these horror movie guys?
I don't know. He was actually my very first professional massage, though.
Really?
And he is a tall, white, bald man.
Oh, that's why.
And, yeah. And his feet hung off the table.
Oh, he's that big?
Yeah, he's huge. Think of Mr. Clean on steroids.
Okay.
Straight up, that's what he looks like.
I got the picture in my head.
And I took the sheet down off of his back, and he had bruises, all over his back. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What was it from?
He killed a bunch of people that day because he was doing serial killer stuff, and he's a stunt man.
Oh, so so he's like a stunt man, and they actually use him to do the scenes and shit.
Yeah.
Because he's wearing a mask, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and now he's doing Swamp Thing, and he actually has, words. He has lines. So.
What does he say? What does Swamp Thing say?
I don't know, but I'm very proud of him. And he's like, this is going to be huge. And I really hope it is, because he was one of the nicest. I go to his house now and massage him at his house now, because he's like, the chiropractor doesn't pay you shit. I'll pay you. And I was like, really?
I'm sure that guy gets fucked up too at work.
So fucked up. But, I mean, nicest guy in the world. So he...
Do those guys make a lot of money?
No, but now that he's Swamp Thing, they just signed on for season 2. And it hasn't even came out yet. It comes out in May. But they're like, this is going to be big. So they already are filming season 2.
Oh, shit. That's a good gig.
Now he's making money. And I'm super proud of him. But, like, we were doing massage, and he was laughing, and he's like, Joy, you're so funny. He's like, why? And I'm like, oh, I tried it once, like 2 years ago. And that's when he hooked me up with Tom Clark. And I did...
Tom's the best.
He's amazing. And I did Tom Clark's classes, and that's when I was like, okay, I can't stop. Like,
Does Tom teach classes?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Tom was one of the first guys I went on the road with, and I think where the fuck did we go? I think we went out to somewhere like Fresno or Visalia or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, we went on some gig. Yeah, I forget. It was at like one of those like country clubs or some shit.
Right.
And it was such a shitty setup, but we had such a good time.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, Tom's super cool.
So that's when I was like, even if I can't get up every night, I'm not going to stop. Even though, like, every day I'm like, I'm just fucking going to quit. What's the point? I never get on stage. I'm too busy.
It's super hard at first, especially if you're like a little older. Yeah, because everyone's a kid, right?
My kids.
Oh, you're talking about your kids. I thought you were talking about like going to the open mics, because for me it was like I was a little bit older than everyone. And then I was like, whatever. I was like, fuck, because you don't want to just sit there and hang out and not get on, you know? But that's the whole game when you start. Like, it's just part of it, you know? You have to hang out, because that way you talk to people, and then, you know, they swap spots, or they, you know, offer you a show, or... You know what I mean? Or like say, hey, do you want to jump on and do 5 minutes at my place? And you go, oh, hey, you want to come by my place and do a set? And that's just how it works.
And it's hard because like a lot of them call me Mama Joy. So I will buy food and I'm like, eat it. Like, because they're living in their cars.
Yeah.
They're babies. And so they're like, Mama Joy. And then they get up on stage and they're like, I like MILF porn. I'm like, ooh. Wait a minute.
That's great.
Don't call me Mama Joy anymore. Call me Daddy now. So,
who did you come up with?
Who did I come up with? So, like, when I started, there was, like, already a crew of guys, like, the Gerard and, like, was Rail Battle, Angelo, Josh Adam Myers, Tomaszewski. It was all these guys. And I was at the Haha because that's the only place I would get up, you know? Like, nobody else was putting me on anywhere. So I would do that, like, every day. And then I would go do other mics, like, you know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then hang out at the store Sunday and Monday, because that was also mic night, right?
Right.
So I stayed at the Haw for a while. Then I broke out, and I would do like Sunset Grill used to be one that we were every Friday we'd all be there. So it was all of us together, and then that was pretty much my class. Like those guys, but I think they had already started like a couple years in. But we kind of came up and became friends, and that was like the class. Like I think Tony was already started at the store at the time. And, like, Matt Edgar, Willie Hunter, like, all those guys were just hanging around at the time.
I love Josh. He's one of my good friends now. Like, I go to his house all the time and massage him.
Yeah, Josh. Yeah, that was a guy that we would hang out all the time. And we were around the same age. I think, yeah, Josh and I are around the same age.
Yeah,
he's
like
a little bit older than me.
Yeah. I think he's 38.
Yeah, but he was always, like, you know, there was a crew of guys, and we'd always watch each other. And he was one of them, you know? And that was it. But yeah.
Sorry, you've got like a crazy knot right here in your
Dude,
shoulder.
I have serious knots up in that area.
Yeah, you do. Is this where you carry your stress?
Apparently, yeah.
Well, actually, let me tell you. This is where you carry your stress.
Okay.
You ever injure yourself?
Have I? Yeah, I had some rotator cuff shit when I was younger, when I would like lift a lot more. And then from like some improper form, I tore my rotator cuff like years ago, and that put me out for a while. And then I rehabbed it, and then I re-injured it like maybe a year ago. So then now I'm just working my way back.
It's hard though.
Yeah, once you get to like a certain age, after 30, like these fucking injuries just like stick with you, you know?
Yes, like I used to deadlift like crazy weight, like 208, which for me I was
that's
like,
a lot.
But then I kind of started getting worried, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't lift this much for just no reason, just to feel like a badass.
Yeah, when your body can't handle it sometimes, when you get a little older.
Yeah.
So I just try to keep it clean, just stay a little bit in shape. Because, we're on the road and you eat like shit all the time. So it's like, you're on these planes for like 6, 7 hours, 5 hours, it's like, fuck. If you don't move around, you're going to get like really screwed up later in life.
Planes are awful.
Yeah, they're horrible.
I've been telling that to all of my patients for years now. Like, they're the devil. Because they come home, because I have a lot of business people. Because, where I live in Santa Clarita, it's a lot of, like, business corporations and stuff.
Sure.
And these people will come in, and I'm like, you were on a plane. They're like, how could you tell? I'm like, you're fucked up.
Yeah, so you sit there in, like, this weird position, for 5 hours, like, flying to the East Coast or some shit, and then you get off, and you're just so tight everywhere, and everything's just fucked up, so.
That's what I was asking Freda. I feel like I'm going to mess...
How long is that flight? Freda, are you still in the room?
12 hours.
12 hours.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's a long one.
That's what she said.
That's the direct flight, though. Like, before it was directly, it used to be like 22 hours.
Oh, shit. Where do you stop?
England.
Oh, okay. Like Heathrow?
Yeah.
Where's the furthest you've been?
Wherever. I've been, like, all over Europe. I've been in the Middle East for shit. That's pretty far. That's like a 20-something hours. When you connect in, like, Frankfurt or Dubai.
Uh-huh.
I've been to Dubai. I don't know, a ton of shit. But yeah, those are probably the farthest ones.
Where's your favorite place?
Favorite place? I like within the States, like New York and, like Chicago and shit like that. Like the big cities in our own country.
Uh-huh.
But outside of the country, I mean, even just Vancouver's dope. Like British Columbia, like BC.
Uh-huh.
Just because it's so beautiful. Like if you go at certain times of the year.
Right.
And you can just drive up the coast. I've done some gigs like further north. When you get to Vancouver, then just drive up north, and that drive is just so dope.
Right.
You see like waterfalls and like this crazy tree lines, and I don't know.
That's what when EmmaLeigh moved here from Nova Scotia, she was like, it's not the same. And I'm like, well, yeah. She's like, I don't like America. I'm like, what do you mean you don't like America?
That's so funny. I feel like it's the same,
Uh-huh.
I mean, she's just like right by Maine, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, I'm the East Coast. I'm like, well, West Coast is better.
But it is within the country, I feel like we're different countries,
I agree.
Like Cali and fucking New York might as well be different countries. I mean, or the South or the, Midwest.
Yes.
It's totally a different vibe.
Yeah, because I lived in Texas for 3 years, and it was not America. It was America. It was crazy. I did not enjoy it. And everybody's like, oh, well, the South, people are so much more polite. And I didn't see that, at all.
You didn't see that?
No.
I tend to find that. I mean, there is pockets, too. Of like good people, and there's shitty people everywhere. You got to know that,
right? There was a lot of bless your heart. And I was like, that means fuck you. Straight up.
No, but I think a lot of those people, I've experienced some of both.
Right.
Nice stuff and bad stuff. But I think there's good and bad people in every city you go in this country. I think everywhere there is just assholes everywhere, and there's good people everywhere too.
I was also dating the worst pieces of shit in Texas. I found them all.
Is that what you're attracted to?
I was, yeah. Well, even my husband, because he was going through his divorce, and he was, super down in the dumps, and I was like, ooh, that sounds like fun. That sounds like it's toxic. Let's do that.
That's
DJ at a strip club. I was that girl.
Oh, perfect.
Mm-hmm. Doing my chemistry homework in the DJ booth.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Who else have you had on the podcast?
I've had Bert Kreischer. I've had Maz Jabrani.
Oh, dope.
I've had Sean Polofsky. She was one of my favorites. I love her so much.
She's great.
Jimmy Schubert. Neil Brennan.
Oh, you had some good guests.
Yeah. People don't want to turn down a free massage.
That's so funny.
Russell Peters keeps promising me.
He would do it for sure. I think he would do it.
Oh, he will. It's just trying to get
It's just
down.
You know how we did it the other day? I saw you 2 days ago or some shit. That's the way to do it, because when you do it all in advance, schedules change and shit.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest thing about scheduling a podcast.
Yes.
Because it seems like people know you can reschedule easily a podcast, but it fucks you up,
Uh-huh.
And then you're out. But yeah, the best part is just hanging out at the Comedy Store.
It is.
Because you can see everybody there.
I love it there. And then now that they're letting me in the green rooms.
Right.
And Josh, he's let me do the last 3 goddamn comedy jams. and I get to do it again next week.
So you just go set up there, right? Like that's where you kind of will tell me about this podcast the first time.
And like Wanda Sykes wants to do it, but she's just so busy.
Sure.
But I've seen her twice, and she's like, I'm going to do it. I'm like...
Why don't you tell them that you can come to them?
I have.
Oh, okay.
Like, especially them. Like, even, like, Russell Peters, I even told him, I'm like, I do pregnancy massage. And he's like, you do? And I'm like, and I'm fucking good at it. And he's like, well, she needs one. I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm mentioning it.
Yeah, dude.
Like, so... And I've had, like, I have a lot of people who want to do it. They're just... Like you said, so busy. Like Kate Quigley, every time I text her, she's like, damn it.
Yeah, she'd be good to be on.
I'm like, and I know I'll get them because, one, now I think they realize I'm not just some crazy person that's like, I want to touch you naked. You know?
Well, no, you see, because you meet a lot of people, especially if you don't know them yet. Like, you meet a lot of people at the store, and there's certainly a fair share of weirdos that hang out. God, yes. And you got to weed through, like, whatever. And if you see somebody, like, and get to know somebody over time, then I think it's a little easier. That's
what Joey Diaz is like, I will do it, but I need to know you first.
Yeah,
like, okay.
There you go.
I'm like, how long does this friendship need to go on? And he's like, I'll tell you. I'm like, okay.
That's hilarious.
You tell me. So, I mean, all of them have said yes. Like, Steve Renazizi, he's had to reschedule on me a couple times, but I know they're going to do it. It's just waiting. Basically.
Right.
And then now, thankfully, like, for a while, my podcast was homeless. And then Cassandra was like, you can use my place. And that helped a lot because it's so convenient right here. I'm like, yeah, just park in the parking structure.
Dude, yeah, I live like a few blocks away.
Yeah.
Super close.
So that was helpful. And then, like I said, like, I go over
Frida, did you hear that?
What?
I live a few blocks away.
Oh.
She's lonely too. Cassandra is away till Sunday, so she has no one to hang out with until
That's hilarious.
Cassandra gets back.
It's a funny love connection right here.
I can feel it. It's buzzing in the air.
Oh,
do
shit.
You want to come touch him? No.
That was great. You guys missed it. If you're listening, Frida just touched me.
With her bright pink fingernails. I have fingernail envy.
Oh, shit. Do your hands get fucked up doing this?
Not fucked up, but I can't have fingernails because I don't want to, like, gouge anyone.
Right.
Because, I mean, this is my day job, too. Like, I'm doing this 6-7 days a week. Like, this week will be 7 days a week. But
So how long can you massage before you get tired?
I've done 9 in a row.
Bullshit.
No.
9 hours of this?
Because when I work at the chiropractor, I don't take breaks. So I'll end 5 minutes early, make the bed for the next person, throw the next person on, and then boom. And normally, like, a normal day is like 6 hours.
So do you have your routine that you do?
I try not to give the same massage twice.
Oh, you do a little crowd work and shit?
I do.
That's good.
Right. And you know what? I practice. I do a lot of material. Like, I get a lot of material from my patients.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Because we start talking, and then I like to think that I'm pretty quick and witty. So, like, I'll make stuff up. And that's the reason this podcast came about, is because I do it, and we are laughing so fucking hard and having just the greatest time because I'm not professional at all. And the doctors know that. And, you know, like, we're cracking up, and they're like, Joy, like, you're so funny. And then I was like, I need to record these because they're hilarious.
And that's what this came about.
And that's how this, and plus I was hoping, like, people would be like, oh, you know what, Joy, you're pretty funny. You want to come on the road with me? And I'd be like, yes, please.
I'm surprised no one's picked you up. They're like, you got to massage me, though.
I totally would. Who was it? Oh, Brad Williams' wife.
Oh, dude, perfect.
I was talking to her, and she was telling me that when he got in his accident, there's a comedian who's a physical therapist. So he took the physical therapist comedian on the road with him.
Was it Johnny LaQuasto?
Yeah. That's actually who it was.
LaQuasto's actually great. I love that guy.
And, yeah, so Brad Williams is like, I'll take you on the road, but you got to help me PT. And I was like, well, does he need a massage therapist? Because I can do that.
What was the accident?
I think he got in a car accident.
I thought you were going to say you got shot out of a cannon. That's fucked up. Brad, I love you.
When he climbed onto the chair, I was all...
Dude, Brad's one of the funniest guys I know, like the shit that he does, and he doesn't give a fuck.
No, he's
like
amazing.
he'll just like go so hard about, being a little person and shit. Like
when he climbed onto the chair, I'm all, saddle up, partner, and I'm all, fuck, George, why did you say that?
That's so funny.
Because I just say shit, and then I'm all, oh, probably shouldn't.
No, I did something like that at the Comedy Store. It was like totally out of context, but he walked out right when I was saying it, and I forget what it was, but it just didn't sound good.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, or we were talking about leprechauns, but it had nothing to do with him. It literally had nothing to do with him, but he walked out and he goes, I'm right here. And I'm like, Brad, we were talking about something else.
I love that place.
Yeah.
Now, where's your favorite? Did I ask it already? Like, where's your favorite place to do comedy?
Yeah, like I said, I like the big cities. The ones that have like a big mix of an audience.
Okay.
Like nothing. I hate when it's just one fucking type of person at a show.
Yes.
Because then it's like just seems closed-minded, and you know what I mean. I like to talk about everything.
Yeah.
And so I don't like when the audience is just like one type of way or some shit.
Have you had like the worst heckler?
I don't know. I mean, hecklers tend to be drunk 99% of the time.
White women?
That's true, yeah.
Oh
sometimes,
my
like,
God.
attention, somebody that's looking for attention. Some chick that thinks she's hot and it's, like, her time to talk.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it'll be a drunk guy, too. But if you just give them enough rope, they tend to hang themselves,
Right.
They just let them go and then handle it with a smile.
And be like, okay, you go now.
Yeah, exactly. So, very rarely does it get out of hand.
Now, do you write every day? Is that like...
No, I actually don't. I think I write on stage more than anything.
Okay.
Oh, shit, I'm getting really nasally here.
That's good. Your lymphatic system's moving. We're breaking stuff up.
Is that right? So does
Yeah.
it get all trapped in my nose?
Yep.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, you know how like every time you get a massage and everybody's like, drink water, and you're like, why?
Because you're loosening everything, is it?
Yes, because, okay, so you have your bloodstream and your lymphatic system. They run side by side.
Okay.
And your lymphatic system's basically like your garbage disposal. So all the nastiness gets thrown in, and then you have your lymph nodes which filter it out. So you have more stuff floating around right now because it's just pushing it all out, and that's why we're like, drink water, it'll... Aw, Thick and Nasty Pizza just delivered pizza to us.
Awesome.
And tasty.
Thick and Tasty?
Thick and Nasty. What if they were called Thick and Nasty? That shit sounds...
Are you sure?
I'm quite sure.
No, it's Thick and Nasty.
No, it's definitely tasty.
I love it.
Fuck, I've been fucking that up for quite some time.
Yeah.
Thank you. I told you, I was like, oh my God. I'm telling you, they just saw it and they were like, oh, Fat Girl podcast, we'll send her food.
That's pretty cool, though. Where are they at?
Where are they located at?
I mean, this is perfect. You're talking about them, too.
I am. They just texted us to see if we got it.
Aw, they're such nice people. Like, seriously, they're like, I told them too, I was like, don't send it until I have somebody bigger on, so like, it'll give a bigger audience.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yes.
But you're going to get 3 more listeners because of me.
Boom. Then we're going to have 3 whole listeners.
That's funny.
Except for my mom. No, she doesn't listen. Oh, look, we have pizza, we have romance. It's amazing.
This has been a great podcast altogether.
Best podcast ever, right?
Who was your favorite guest so far?
Aside from you.
Okay.
There you go, EmmaLeigh. That's the right answer.
Tebow.
Oh, was Tebow great?
Yeah.
Was he just doing... I feel like he was just doing a Boone impression the whole time.
We did talk about food. But he tells, I don't know, have you ever heard the story about his babysitter?
No.
Okay, so his dad used to pay the babysitters in cocaine.
Oh, really?
Okay, so his dad bought these new golf clubs, and the dad's like, don't touch my new golf clubs, right? So as soon as he leaves, this coked up babysitter, of course, gets the golf clubs, takes the kids to the park, and Tebow was walking behind while this guy was doing a backswing and knocked his nose completely off.
Are you kidding? Is that why he got his nose fucked up?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said his nose was gone. He like had no nose.
What?
And he had to have like a shit ton of surgeries. He was in first grade. And yeah, so it was just, and I was like, okay, I gotta make this funny. And he's like, yeah, I had a cast on my face. And I'm like, oh, did the kids sign it? Like that's where my brain goes. And then, yeah, he had so many funny stories. Like they adopted this kid and now he doesn't know where the fuck he was a cool kid. I'm all, so you just don't know where the kid went? And he's like, no.
Dude, that's like 7. Do you remember 7 from fucking what is it? Married with Children.
Uh-huh.
How did they just get that kid? Remember?
I do. It was like their shark jumping days. Like, yeah, like, I'm like, what do you mean your mom's, like, got this kid, and then you're like, oh, he was a cool kid.
And then what happened to him?
Yeah, no idea. So, yeah, TiVo had me cracking up. Sean Pulaski had me laughing. Like, I like the ones that, like, Jimmy Schubert was only there for the massage.
For sure. He probably didn't even talk.
He only talked when he got in the car and I drove him home.
Oh,
and then he's like, I used to fuck Mitzi. I'm like, you could have said that an hour ago.
Oh, everybody knows that story. I mean, yeah, he was the dude.
He was the dude.
I mean, Mitzi, I think, fucked a lot of the guys there.
Yeah.
Argus and shit. I just did his show the other day.
Oh.
That little thing. Emily, did you hit me up for that?
Yes, that was also me. But
yeah, she's going on to bigger and better things. She's leaving me soon.
That show was
well,
cool.
now that we have thick and tasty pizza, I may have to stay.
Of course.
Thick and nasty.
Thick and nasty. It has an N and an A close to it. I'm slightly dyslexic.
You're dirty dyslexic.
I am.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. If I can make it dirty, my brain's like, oh, this is what we do now? Like, yeah.
Just want to mention that they sent us the delicious pizza, and they are at 444 North La Cienega Boulevard. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing, and you make us really happy because we get to eat our feelings now.
And it's going to go in my belly.
What toppings did they get on there?
We went with a classic pepperoni.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
Very
did
cool.
We did.
Fancy.
I know.
We are classy here.
So classy.
We're going to eat pizza and stare at the Hollywood sign.
Yeah.
That's right. Great view.
She does. I walked in, the first thing I did when I walked into her apartment the first time, I looked outside and I'm like, you can see the Hollywood sign from your apartment. She's like, I know.
It's a great building.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what are you doing next? Where are you going?
I actually have a haircut and not a podcast, but an interview for Culture Magazine.
Ooh.
Oh, Weed Magazine. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's another thing. The guys from Care by Design.
Yeah.
We must mention them as well.
Yeah, they fucking hooked me up on Tuesday, and they were going to hook me up more. They gave me a bunch of CBD lotion to use on you
dope.
guys.
You should have used it.
I should have. I left it in my car.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I was like, rub that shit on my neck, dude. That gets my anxiety, like, so gone.
Does it?
Dude, CBD fucks me up in such a good way. Like, I don't get super high, right? I mean, I just feel, like, so relaxed. I'll be, like, driving in the car, being like, I don't even need a turn.
Yeah, because
I'll just like, go straight.
I'll just keep going.
Yeah.
No, I was talking to them and I was telling them that I have severe anxiety. Like, I get really panicky a lot. And they're like, just try the CBD.
Dude, it's really good for that.
So I just started trying it. So we'll see. Because I'm neurotic as fuck.
The guys at ABX, they were there the other day when I came in. Did you get some of their shit?
That's the people, yeah, the Care by Design. And
oh, there you go,
Absolute
yeah. Extracts, there
yeah.
you go. Okay, cool. So their oils, there's one that they have that's like it's in a pill form.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
That one will relax the shit out of you, dude. It's like 18-1 or something.
Yeah, I took one of those
The pure CBD pill one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's great.
Yeah, your neck is messed up.
It is, right? It's from a
Uh-huh.
fucking plane or some shit. Or...
It is. Just, I don't know. I always tell people, just be careful on planes. Because they really do mess you up.
What? So how is it that you can be careful? Do you just like get up and stretch and
Just
shit?
get up and stretch. Your head is ridiculously heavy. And your neck does do a lot of heavy lifting. So just stretch your neck. And a lot of people, they like to look up at the ceiling to stretch their neck, but that's not good because you're actually compressing the discs.
Okay, so what's the move?
The one is to look down.
Okay.
And then, like, to the side,
Like make a double chin thing, I heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
That helps.
I was like, pretend you're looking at your boobs.
That's what I was doing,
there you
too.
go.
And I was like, he doesn't have boobs, so you're looking at your dick.
Okay.
Like right pat, just keep going.
Yeah, or your toes, like, or your balls. I don't know, like, look at something down there. Like, if there's a lucky penny on the ground.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh, that went in a mom direction.
I did. I'm also that person that when I see a penny on the ground, if it's tails up, I flip it to heads to give somebody else good luck. Because I am a nerd. What's the nerdiest thing about you?
The nerdiest thing about me? I don't know. I gotta think about this one for a second.
You're just so cool.
No, I don't know. What is it? Oh, I don't know. There's maybe the way that I am with my dog. Like, if you were to see me, like, how I talk to him and shit, it's pretty fucking nerdy.
What kind of dog do you have?
I have a little wiener dog. But he's like my baby, you know, so I'm like kind of nerd out on him, I guess. That's what you want to call nerdy. Doogie. Little Doogie. He's got 20 different names. Young Douglas, Little Dumbo, Little Gallo,
Yep, I
Doogie.
have a Delilah, Farley, and Mitzi.
Mitzi?
I do have a Mitzi.
Was that because of Mitzi?
Yeah.
No way.
I am obsessed with the store. The first time I walked into the store like 7 years ago, I was
Right.
like, I need to find out how to be here.
Did you read I'm Dying Up Here?
I did.
Great book, huh?
I did. It was a very good book. I've read a lot of the books. And then I've like, poor Jeff Scott, he runs away from me when I see him.
Dude, Jeff's great, though. I mean, that guy's like an encyclopedia for the shit. Like, he knows everything. I love looking at his posts, like, you know, like when he does the throwback stuff, and like even this, like he knows a ton about Zeros.
Yes.
He's great. I love Jeff.
He used to do the Halloween tour.
Dude, have you seen his costumes that he makes?
Yes.
Like, that shit's some of my favorite stuff to see. Like, I've ran into him at the thing and didn't even know it was him before, you know?
Yes. And then every New Year's he wears a bow tie. Like, I look forward to seeing his bow tie every New Year's Eve. Because we ditched the kids.
Jeff Scott. I love it.
I got to take his falling into the liquor boxes photo this year on New Year's. It was very honored.
Wait, you did the what? You did what?
He does a photo every year, I guess, where he throws himself into all of the liquor boxes in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, I do this every year. Will you take the photo? And I was like, yes.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yes, please.
That's great.
Yeah, he's like, I'll be on your podcast, and then I think he realized like how weird I am, and now he's like, yeah, we'll do it one of these days, Joy. And I'm like, no, but I love you.
Jeff's great, dude.
Just does not make it.
He also has the softest skin ever.
Does he?
Oh my god, I kissed his cheek the other day, and I'm all, it's so soft. It's like a baby's butt. Not that I kiss babies' butts, but like that's what I'd imagine it feel like.
We've had a lot of conversations in that sacred ground area.
Yes.
It's like, I know I'm going to find him there in between people's sets,
Yeah.
smoking his metal pipe.
Uh-huh. Now, who's your favorite... Yeah, that pizza's getting to me. Who's your favorite comedian?
You know what? I don't think I have a favorite. There's a lot of guys I enjoy, you know. Brody... You know, Brody was one of my favorites to watch.
I Brody was everyone's favorite to watch.
And that's such a fucking sad thing, you know.
Were you there on Tuesday?
I was, yeah. It was beautiful. I mean, it was so hard, but it was so fucking cool to hear the people just tell the stories. And Zach's story, I mean, I was just bawling the whole time.
Yeah, I looked at John and I'm like, I didn't think Zach Galifianakis could make me cry.
Dude, it was really cool to hear those stories, but, you know, super unfortunate to lose Brody. He was a fucking staple there. You know, from when I started, that guy was just like, you knew you were going to see him, you know?
Yeah. And
he was like everyone said the same shit, but he was like one of the first guys to be nice to me where I felt like I belonged there.
Uh-huh.
And it was because of him.
First time I did comedy, we went back to the Comedy Store because I'm like, I'm not done with comedy. I need more comedy. And Brody ended the show.
Uh-huh.
And I told him, it was him and Sandy Danto. Sandy Danto was in the back.
Sure.
And I went up to Brody and I'm like, Brody, I did comedy for the first time. And he's like, Joy, I would have brought you on the main stage. And I'm like, one time, Brody. Mitzi would shoot
No,
me
he was
dead.
fucking cool, dude. Brody was awesome.
He was supposed to be on the podcast last week.
Really?
Yeah.
On the day
Oh
of
my
the
god.
shows that they did for
On the
him.
benefit day, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's so sad, dude.
It was,
Yeah, I wish we could have just had one more, you know, like
know.
fucking one other interaction, man.
and it's,
I mean, anyone could say that, though. It's like, fuck. I mean, I think he hung on as long as he could.
Did he have a special greeting for you?
He did. He would call it just Amir K. You know, he'd just do my name, of course, but then like he'd always like recite like where I was from or UCLA, did real estate. You know, like he would say my whole shit. Like that was like one of the first times.
yeah.
One of the first times I didn't even know he knew me, you know? Like, because we would see each other and stuff, and I'd met him, yeah, but I didn't know he'd, like, remember, you know, because I certainly wouldn't remember people when I meet them. You know, I have to meet them, like, 3 or 4 times.
Right.
Especially at the store, but I thought, I'm like, fuck, okay, I looked up to that guy. Because I would just see him, you know, I'd watch him, and I'd study him and shit. See how crazy, like, he, like, showed me you can do anything up there, you know? You can really just be free and do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And so one time I was there, I told this story actually on his podcast, The Festival of Friendship, for his, like, you know, when we were doing the memorial stuff. But I was with some girl, and I was pretty new at the store, but all I wanted to do was hang around the comedy clubs, you know, so I couldn't think of anywhere to take this chick, so I'm like, let's go to the fucking comedy store. But, you know, and I was hanging out there, and then, and I'm like, let's go to the OR, and it was late, so Brody's on. And I tried to sneak in, there wasn't too many people, and I'm like trying to sneak up to the seats, you know, like stage left, where you can sit in the dark and no one can see you. But as I cross over, he like sees he sees me walking through with this girl, and he's like, "Who's that?" And I'm like, "Oh fuck, he's gonna embarrass me." Like in front of this girl, you know, he's probably gonna get embarrassed and shit. And then he goes, "Amir K, you know, UCLA does real estate from Orange County, enjoy it," you know, like that whole thing. And I just felt so cool, and he made me feel so good, you know. He's just like, he always has hot chicks, you know, or something like that. And he just made me feel really good, and that's when I was like, oh shit, this guy knows me. And I don't even know if I told him half of that stuff. I think he just found out about me through other people.
Yes. Or
just asked maybe what's my story or something, because I may have told him a couple of those things, but certainly not everything. But he just like took whatever it was to figure me out. But I think he liked that, you know, to know facts about people.
Yes.
And then he could regurgitate it, but like, you know, I'd forget something. You could tell me where you're from all day, and I'd probably forget by the time this is over that you live in Santa Clarita, or you know what I'm saying? But he just never did. He just made you feel important.
That was the special thing about him, because there was like times he'd be like, "Joy, I can't move my shoulder," and I would massage him in the back in the main room, like where Holtzman was on stage. You know, and he's like, because the first time I met him, he was like, "Joy, positive name, positive," like
Joy.
He loved it, and and then this one time he was on stage, and I'd always sneak in and watch him at the end, and he's like, "I'm parched." I'm like, "Do you want me to give you a bottle of water?" And he goes, "Would you?" And I'm like, "I'd do anything for you." So I went and I got him a bottle of water, and then I handed it to him, and he's all, "This is Joy. She's my friend. Clap for her." And he wouldn't do his set until
they all clapped. Yeah, it's so rude.
And and then that's what it was. Like, I felt special. Like, I was like, "Oh, I'm someone." Like, okay.
And because it's that guy doing it, you know, it's like somebody that is like up there in the ranks at the store, you know, and he's like giving you love. It's pretty cool, you know. Yes. And I felt so cool in front of that girl. Yeah. You know what I mean? He made me feel like $1 million. It was pretty dope.
Yeah, and like I had audience members that like would come up to me and they're like, "Are you a comedian?" And I'm like, "Kind of." Yeah. And Brody's eyes, I am.
Yeah, and then just like fucking with them, you know, like just fucking with him at the end of the night, or like yelling out setups to his shit, you know, like we used to do from the back of the OR or in the main room. Like, "You ever get lonely, Brody?" And then he'd like, "Yeah, sometimes I go to the batting cages just to play catch." Yeah,
I told him too, he almost made me quit comedy, because he has that joke where he says 80% of comedians smoke pot.
And the other 20 aren't funny.
Yeah, and I'm all, "I'm not funny. Should I just quit?" Yeah. And John's like, "Just start smoking pot." I'm like, "Can you imagine me smoking pot?" And he's like, "No, never mind, don't smoke pot." I'm like, "Yeah, it would be bad."
The very first night I went up at the store, it was late because Don Barris let me up. And Brody was in the room, and he talked to me after, and it was like the nicest. It was one of the things that was like, "Oh, people are nice in LA, I can move here." Sort of thing. And he remembered me when I came back, and he went, "EmmaLeigh, nice. Says she's not a Jew."
That's funny.
Because that was one of the first things he asked me. He's like, "Are you a Jew?" And I was like, "No, but thank you. Oh my goodness, no." But that's your. Oh.
Do you have anything you want to plug? How do you feel?
I feel great.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was great. No, I mean, just like if people are listening, they can just go to my website if they wanted to see me anywhere. Okay. Got the tour schedule. Are we done?
We're done.
Awesome, dude. I feel good.
Take your time getting up.
Oh, my God.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. And once again, please like, subscribe, comment, send me emails, anything like that. I would truly appreciate it. And have a good week.